If you want to book a flight using a standard AI chatbot today, you ask it for suggestions and it gives you options. But then the conversation ends. You still have to open the travel website yourself, filter the dates, compare the prices, and type out all the details to actually buy the ticket. Now imagine a different scenario. You tell the AI, book a flight under 5,000 rupees. Then you take your hands off the keyboard. The AI opens the website, searches the dates, finds the best option, enters your payment details, and secures the ticket. This is the shift we are seeing in 2026. We are moving away from models that only provide instructions and toward models that can execute them. Conversing with a machine is a helpful first step, but the real benefit comes when we delegate the physical acts of clicking, typing, and browsing back to the software itself. To understand how this works, it helps to stop thinking about AI as a piece of software and start thinking of it like a newly hired junior assistant. First, this assistant needs tools, a web browser or digital bridges to talk to other software. Second, it needs a goal. You give it a final objective, like processing refunds. Third, it requires memory. To work effectively, the system has to remember your preferences and past decisions. Finally, it needs autonomy. The assistant must evaluate the situation and decide its own next steps. When you combine these four traits, you create an autonomous digital worker. It can handle a full workflow from start to finish without needing a human to guide it through every step. This digital worker operates using a logical loop. It follows 3 steps over and over: think, act, and observe. It starts by looking at the assigned goal, checking the current situation, and deciding on the immediate next step. Then it acts by using one of its tools. Finally, it observes the result. If a search fails or a page doesn't load, it observes that error, goes back to the thinking stage, and tries a different approach until the job is done. This logic is already being used by companies like the payment platform Razorpay. They built a system that takes bank statement screenshots and automatically matches them against internal records. Work that used to require a person to manually cross-check numbers for hours is now handled accurately in seconds. This shows that the technology has moved out of the research phase. Companies now rely on these autonomous loops in their daily operations to eliminate manual labor. You might wonder why this shift is happening so rapidly right now. 3 things changed. Reasoning models improved, the computing costs significantly dropped, and a universal connection standard emerged. This acts like a digital wall plug, letting AI easily connect to almost any software tool.
Because it is affordable and simple to give an AI these tools, how we think about entry-level work is changing. Roles that focus on repetitive digital tasks, like basic data entry or answering simple support tickets, are being automated. As agents move from processing statements to handling customer service and basic software testing, the thousands of desks once dedicated to those specific tasks are no longer the only way to get the work done. But this change also creates a massive opportunity. Instead of being affected by these systems, you can be the person who builds them. Start today. Spend your first 2 weeks learning the basics of how agents think, and use a visual interface to build your first simple automation. By weeks 3 and 4, you can move into writing basic code. Pick a chore you do every day, like summarizing news or tracking prices, and build an agent that handles it for you. Completing this 30-day process gives you a practical portfolio piece that few applicants can show. It demonstrates that you understand how to manage the next generation of software. Building an AI agent today is like building a website in the early 2000s. It is a rare skill right now, but it will soon be a standard expectation in the job market. So instead of just watching the technology change, start building it. Head over to the ITED AI Path course and deploy your first AI agent today.